Welcome to Market House, a podcast where we talk all things Disney.
My name's Caleb.
And I'm Caitlin.
And this week we play some Disney trivia.
And we share our favorite Disney villain songs. Let's dive in.
All right, and this is episode number 151.
Welcome back as always, everybody.
Welcome back. It has been a wild week.
It's been a fun week.
It's been a fun week. We did a bonus episode
We did.
about the new Lightning Lane Premiere Pass. Hopefully you guys caught that. I think it went up Thursday. If you're listening to this the week of the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
Came out last week. And so a little in-between episode for you guys, a little bonus episode, because we needed to talk about it.
Yeah.
It was like breaking news, and I was disturbed, distraught, and confused. And so sat down, recorded it. Again, I could have maybe waited a couple hours because I made a mistake about one part of the service, and I wanted to correct it on here. We sent out something on Instagram, and I added something in the show notes or the episode details, but not everyone reads that. So wanted to make it clear that, again, in the bonus episode, I mentioned that the kind of premium rides, the single Lightning Lane Pass rides weren't included in the service. They,
Right.
in fact, are included. Doesn't make it any less crazy at being $400 per person.
Yeah.
At least they're throwing a couple more rides at you. But if you want to ride like Flight of Passage, if you want to ride Radiator Springs Racers, those kinds of rides, it is included in the $400 price tag. But again, still kind of insane.
It is. Yeah.
But yes, I wanted to make that clear. That's included. You don't have to pay extra, $30. But
Yeah.
at what point, if you're spending $400, what's an extra $30? So
true.
but yes, wanted to make that clear. Other than that, little life update. We've just been kind of hanging around the house, enjoying the cooler weather. So it's still not cool, I would call it, during the day. It's still like 80 something for us. But the nights and the mornings have been pleasantly cool, and I'm loving every minute of it.
We had the windows open a couple times this past week, and it was freezing.
Like
freezing in our house.
Woke up very cold. Had to make a correction. I don't want to freeze Maddie out. So next day, made sure she was in the right clothes, and then also closed the window a little more.
Yeah.
We don't have it in our room. So yeah, and it's another part of the house. I have a window open just so we don't freeze her out. But even then, it got maybe a little too cool.
Yeah,
But
but
she
it's-
slept longer. So I think she likes it
She
cold.
did. Well, I really think that she likes being in like her like long sleeve, like
Ooh,
cozy jammies.
she likes being cozy.
She does. She's so cute. So it's really nice. It's refreshing because, as you all know, California is just warm. We're not lucky. We don't get the beautiful fall colors and
No.
the crisp air. So we're very much looking forward to that quick change, hopefully soon.
Yeah, hopefully like in the next few weeks, I'd say.
Yes,
That's when we're
so.
going to get the it's 68 today, not 82. So anyways, hopefully the weather is cooperating where you live. Other than that, I think we've been laying low. One other quick note, and then we'll dive into the episode. Maddie is a little traitor. She enjoys the other movies. And by other, I mean
Oh.
non-Disney. So we've been not, I would say, advocating or like really trying to get her to watch TV.
No,
I mean,
no,
it's
no.
the last thing we really want her doing. But I have been kind of like, just watch like something fun with me for like 5 minutes. That's all I ask for. And she does not want to do that.
No,
She's
she
like,
loves toys.
she loves playing toys. She loves
Yeah.
playing with her puzzles. She loves reading books, which I love. I love
Mhm.
every minute of it. But sometimes I'm like, let's watch this 5-minute Disney video
Yeah.
about something. And she just doesn't like
The
it.
only
So,
thing she really like truly loves are Disneyland walkthroughs.
yes, she loves Disneyland walkthroughs. So we'll have that on in the background once in a while. Just have the music and, hear people. And she loves watching that. She'll wave at Mickey. She'll wave at Chip and
Yeah.
Dale, that kind of stuff. It's the only thing she'll pay attention to for 5 minutes. But I randomly just put on a movie because we were kind of,
I don't know.
why'd
What
I put it on?
No,
I
we
don't-
were just sitting on the couch.
Yeah,
and we're
I don't even
let's just
remember.
see. Yeah.
I said, she loves singing. She loves music. We love playing music in the background all day. So I said, why don't we find like a music forward movie,
Yeah.
right? And Disney, she just won't really pay attention to any Disney movie.
Mm-mm.
The only one she pays half attention to is Moana
She likes Moana. Yeah.
and Encanto, maybe?
Encanto just for like the beginning song.
Yeah.
And then she used to kind of do okay with Rapunzel, but it was only
Tangled,
like for like
yeah.
the opening scene.
She
Yeah,
likes the
Tangled.
music part. So that's what we're realizing is
Yeah.
she only likes it when there's music. So I'm like, let's pick a music forward. So I just said, what's newer? Because it has newer animation and stuff. Sing, which is Illumination, the same people that do, it's a Universal company, the same
Like
people that
Minions.
do Minions and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
We
So
watched Sing 2, and it was so cute.
first off, I was wanting to finish it. Like we watched it in little like 20-minute chunks because
yeah.
Maddie loved it. Spoiler alert. She loved every minute of it and would watch it and she would clap when the music would end or like, the little performance or
And
something.
she was like signing for more
Yeah,
when
she
they
kept-
would stop singing.
So they would stop singing and she would sign for more because she does that with her food.
Yeah.
And she was wanting more songs. And so we loved every minute of it. And I was like dying to finish the movie.
Yeah.
Because again, watching it in chunks, I'm like, we have to finish it. So finished it finally. And it was a really good
It was
movie.
great. And the cast was stacked. There were so many good, like different actors and actresses.
Yeah. And
so,
Bono from U2, come on. You
so
can't
I
beat.
highly recommend if you haven't seen the movie. But
Yeah, really
anyway,
good. Non-Disney,
We're
but
back to Disney.
back to Disney. Let's get back to Disney. So that's what's happening with us. Sorry for the very long intro here. Let's dive into today's show. No news since we kind of did a bonus episode talking about the biggest news story. Not much else coming out. Briefly mentioned again during the bonus episode about the Disney Adventure. It looks really neat. I'm getting excited for it, but also not because I just don't know if we'll ever experience it.
Not for a 3 or 4 night.
No, so yeah, that's what came out about it. So it's, again, if reminder, this is the brand new ship that's going to be sailing out of Singapore. It is gigantic. It's one of those like super ships. It's going to be the largest ship on the ocean when it is out, when it's
Right.
finished, and even beating out the Royal Caribbean ships and stuff. This thing's going to be a monster, but they're only doing 3 or 4 night sailings. So it'd be one thing if us Americans would fly out there for like a 9 night, right? Really make it worth it.
Right.
But they're doing 3 and 4 night.
Yeah. And just to avoid any confusion, this is the one that Disney purchased. They didn't build this ship.
Well,
Like
yeah,
they
they built
did-
it. They caught it halfway through.
Right.
So yes, this was a failing, like I think Chinese cruise ship company. They went under, and so Disney bought this for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
Saved a legit like $1 billion buying it this way, and then finished it out as a Disney ship.
Yeah, so that's why if you notice in the concept art, it looks way different than like a regular Disney Cruise Line ship. Like it almost gives you that like that Royal Caribbean feel when you look at it. It
It's
has
just a
like,
monster.
almost like the Central Park kind of thing,
Yeah.
and like the way the wind, like the rooms face out towards the middle of the ship.
It's different.
But yeah, there's a ton of crazy, awesome like. The different restaurants that are on there looked really great, and there's an actual like attraction on the cruise ship, which is awesome. So definitely exciting things to look forward to. Like one being like the like Tangled restaurant that looks so awesome.
Yeah, it's a Tangled
So-
/ Frozen restaurant.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I'm super excited for everyone that gets to embark on a sailing.
Yeah.
program, but it's kind of like we're excited for you, but from afar.
Exactly.
So-
So that's kind of neat. But other than that, it's getting pretty silent
right.
on both coasts and stuff. So not much to talk about. But we have a fun episode.
Yes, but before we dive in, please consider leaving a review on Apple or Spotify. This is a gigantic help to our podcast. I know we mention this every week. If you have the time to do so, please consider leaving a review. We'd love to hear what you love about the show or just a simple hello. And if you are like, you know what, I got a ton of stuff going on, if you could leave us a 5-star rating, that really helps out the show. It takes only a couple seconds, but it makes us super happy. So, including myself, I love seeing
Yes.
you. So,
Especially Caitlin.
yes.
And we have a Patreon if you want to join us over there for some exclusive content. Join us over on markethousepodcast.com/support. Our group of supporters over there are amazing, so thank you to them. But again, if you want some more of us, and if you don't do it. But if you do
Do it.
it. All right, it's time for some spooky trivia. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I'm just now not realizing, but remembering that it's a Halloween themed episode. And I don't have any Halloween questions, so sorry.
I don't either.
Okay, good.
That's okay.
All right, cool. We didn't theme it Halloween, but we have some Halloween music to accompany
I
us.
feel like we need to say Disney trivia on the count of 3 together.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3.
Disney trivia.
Ba-bum-bum, ba-bum-bum. All right,
Ooh.
I'm ready.
Let's get into it. You
Let's
going to
do
ask
it.
me first?
Yes, I'll go first. That's okay.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
Let's do it.
first question. What year did Disney acquire ownership of the Disneyland Hotel? This is a multiple choice question.
Okay.
1955, 1988, 1967, or 1973?
Ooh, okay. I'm going to narrow it down. I know it's 67 or 73. I think I'm going to narrow it down to those two.
Okay.
And I'm going to go...
Do you want me to name them one more time?
Yeah.
1955, 1988, 1967, or 1973?
Okay, so I know 55 is not true because it was clearly owned by another group when they opened the park.
Right.
So not 55. We're going to rule that one out. 67 feels a little early for that to happen because I know there was some like dragging of feet. I've heard this story recently. I forgot where. Let's go 80, whatever the 81 is.
88?
Yeah.
Final answer?
Yes.
That is correct.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay. I wonder why it took so stinking long.
And honestly, it's so weird to me that they didn't own it right at the beginning.
Yeah, it's a lot of money,
Right?
though,
No, for sure. I totally
to
understand.
build a hotel. So
I love that place.
he needed that cash, so someone else built it
Right.
and owned it.
All right. Last question. Are you ready?
Yes.
What's Goofy's profession in a Goofy movie? And it's the Goofy movie, but
His what?
his profession.
His profession. I'm sorry. I thought you said, what's Goofy's impression? I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, no, sorry. His profession.
His-
I have never seen this.
Oh
I know
my
you
gosh,
have.
I have. I used to watch it a ton when I was a kid, but I remember like the Cheese Whiz guy and Powerline, but I'm trying to remember what he did. Oh gosh, I don't know.
Okay. The answer is he's a photographer.
He's a photographer.
I have no idea. We need to watch it. I've never seen
It's
the movie.
really good. I loved it growing up.
And isn't the music amazing?
Yes.
Okay.
It's awesome.
We'll have to watch it.
Okay.
Good try.
Sorry.
You got one.
All right, 1 out of 2. I'll take it.
Good.
It's better than most weeks.
Seriously.
Okay, let's get into your questions. Number 1, what is the name of the magical kingdom in Enchanted?
Oh, gosh.
Giselle.
I know.
I love that movie.
Oh my.
The magical kingdom in Enchanted.
I don't know. The only thing that's coming to my head is the Encanto land. The magical, whatever.
What?
The-
the magical.
The family magical song. Oh gosh, I know this and I don't know.
Andalasia.
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 Gosh, I love that movie.
Such a good movie. Okay, and the second one got a lot of hate online when it came out.
I liked it.
This was a direct to Disney Plus thing, so let's kind of lower our expectations. It was decent. I was going in like thinking this is going to be trash. We're going to hate this movie. I liked it.
Yeah, it was
It was
pretty
okay. It wasn't great, but it was good. All right. Question number 2. What Hawaiian island does Lilo and Stitch take place on?
good. Ooh.
Which island?
Is it Maui?
It's not Maui. I'll give you one more guess.
Honolulu.
Nope, that's a
That's
city.
a city. Sorry. Please
As
cut
you can
that out.
tell,
I'm tired.
we
No.
have not been to
We
Hawaii.
haven't been to Hawaii. That's
Either
fine.
one of us.
Ooh.
Which island?
Okay, it's not Kauai. Is it Kauai?
Is it Kauai? I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
It's Kauai.
No way.
Yes.
Did
Yes.
they say that?
I don't know if they ever explicitly say it in the movie,
Oh, wow.
but one of the cities, I guess, is heavily influences the movie
Okay.
and where it takes place.
In my mind, Kauai, like I've heard it's absolutely beautiful. It's all, in my mind, I always picture it being like just forest.
Yeah,
and
well, they always
greenery.
like when you talk to people that've been there, like it's very remote. It's like not
Yeah.
as big as like Maui and whatever Oahu and stuff. But like I know it's supposed to be like the hiking island. Like
Yeah.
there's way less to do, which is a good thing. I think more relaxation.
I
But
like Honolulu better.
I would take
Just kidding.
the island of Honolulu. I would take any of them, honestly. I would go to any of them. We would love to go. The older I get, the more I want to go. I'm not gonna lie. When we first got married, Caitlin really wanted to go. I wasn't saying no, but I was just like, hey, there's so many other things I want to do first
Right.
while we're young and
Yeah.
spry
Right.
and we can walk a lot and stuff. Hawaii just feels like a very like toned down. I can do that when I'm 80 and I can do it when I'm 8 years old. So let's just wait until I'm older and have way more money to spend because it's very expensive.
It's very expensive.
And then number 2, I can do all the things in Hawaii, but as I'm getting older, I want to go.
Maddie and I really want to go, and we
Maddie
cannot
does
wait.
really. She's expressed this to you.
We have talked about seeing the Lilo and Stitch. I'm not even going to butcher the name of it. Hawaiian roller coaster ride, and the other one that we love. We sing it
Yeah.
all the time, and we're going to sing it as we're walking up to our resort, and we're going to be very excited.
We'd love to go to Aulani, but I need to find a loan or something or a pile of cash on the side of the road because that place is expensive. But anyways, thank you for joining us for another edition of Disney Trivia. We did terrible as always. Hopefully you did better. All right, and that brings us to our main segment of this week's episode, and that is our favorite or the best Disney villain songs.
Yes.
Dun dun dun.
It's funny when you think of like the best Disney songs, my mind doesn't go to the ones that are basically done by a villain.
Yeah, not really. I love them. I just, when I think of any of these films, I think of like the main characters' songs, and that's a shame because
Yeah.
these are really good.
Right.
There are only like 13 though. I've got the list. I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
Not many.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to me.
So
But when you think about villains, especially Disney villains, there's so many that come to mind. But I guess just not all of them have great songs.
I guess so. So let's talk about it. Out of the 13, we picked 5, and this was a group effort. So Caitlin and I sat down earlier
Yes.
and said we have to meld our minds together to agree. There's some compromise. There's some honorable mentions in here because some didn't make the list. A couple of us, mostly Caitlin, thought one should make the list, and I said absolutely not because I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
And she agreed.
Yeah. I mean, it's not my favorite song, but I think it's one that, like, when
Sure,
you hear
it's
it,
very-
you're like,
we'll
oh,
talk
like
about
it's like an earworm.
We'll talk about it. So
Okay.
we'll do honorable mentions at the end. Let's talk about number 5. This was hard. Don't get me wrong. Even though there's not many, they're all very good songs.
True.
So let's talk about them now. Number 5. Let's start with their not least, least most favorite
Yeah.
and work our way up. Number 5 is Be Prepared by Scar
AKA in The Lion King.
in The Lion King.
It's a great song, but it's one of those, I feel like it's not one that I think of automatically when I think of villain, I think of Scar.
No, and I don't like put it on in the car. Like, let's listen to Be Prepared.
Yeah.
So I like the song a lot. I
Mhm.
love Lion King. It's my favorite Disney movie. I think the visuals really help too because it's a really fun song to listen to while watching the movie.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
like the green smoke plume things.
Yeah.
It's very, very cool. You've got the hyenas in it. It's just a fun song to watch. So it needed to be on this list somewhere. I think 5 is appropriate.
Fun fact, growing up, I was actually really Scar actually really made me
Scar was
nervous.
creepy.
He was kind of scary.
He was very scary.
Yeah.
And I mean, right in the beginning, he's playing with the mouse and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's just kind of, it's unsettling as a child to be like, ooh,
You can't go wrong with the actor though that plays him though.
Jeremy
He's
Irons.
so good.
He's a legend.
I know.
The Mission,
Oh my gosh.
Aragon.
Okay.
That movie
I loved Aragon.
was a dud.
It was not.
I was a huge fan of the books growing up. Sorry, this is a total thing. Terrible movie. It was
That's
so
so
bad.
sad that
And
you
you know
think
why?
that.
Everyone else agreed because they didn't make any of the other
No, I
books.
did not agree. It was a great movie.
It's a dumb movie.
Maybe people were just in a bad mood when they watched
But
it.
Jeremy Irons probably got a big paycheck to be
All
in it.
right.
Okay.
Number 4. This is one of my favorite songs. And to be honest, I feel like it should be higher up in the list. The Mob Song by Gaston and the Villagers in Beauty and the Beast.
This is a fantastic song.
It
It's
is-
so good.
It's truly one of those that once you hear it, like we just hum it the rest
Dun,
of the day.
dun, 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 dun,
It's
dun,
just,
dun.
it's so good. And again, Beauty and the Beast is literally one of my top, I would say, I don't know, top 5 Disney movies for me. Like that's a classic.
Kill the beast. I love that song.
It's good.
I don't know. Now that we're looking at it, I'm like, maybe it should go higher.
I definitely think it should be higher than what number 3 is.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
But very good song. Like Caitlin mentioned, Gaston is just a classic character. And this part of the movie is suspenseful. You're like,
Right.
this whole entire village is turned against the beast. We know he's a great guy. We know he had some rough edges.
Yeah.
But now we're starting to like him.
Yeah.
And they're going to get him.
I know.
And then it turns really dark.
But then Chip comes to save the day and gets Belle.
And Mrs. Potts. All right. Number 3 is I Want to Be Like You by King Louie.
Which is
From-
also a great song.
The Jungle Book. Why this makes it higher, I think, is because I'm more likely to listen to this just going about my day than the Mob Song. It's a
Yeah.
little aggressive.
I would
little,
have to, I have to admit that it's one of those, when they come out in the car, because we have, is it XM?
Sirius XM.
Sirius XM radio.
Yeah.
We listen to the Disney Channel in there all the time for Maddie.
And no, I'm not 78. It's like $5 a month. So
No, honestly,
it's dirt cheap.
the
so.
Disney Channel song it's not like the Disney Channel on TV, but like the Disney Channel that they play like ride music
Yeah, they'll
and
play-
like songs
yeah.
from the park. It's so good.
They'll have people like from like either like Disneyland history or a Disney movie come
Yeah.
on and they like take over the playlist for the day.
and
it's
the
fun.
holiday songs are the best.
It's
too.
really fun.
So anyway, back to this. It's I Want to Be Like You is so catchy. Again, like I said, one of those where when it gets in your head, you're like, or just singing it and humming it all day long. And this is actually a very special song to me because it reminds me of the time that we went to the Walt Disney Family Museum in the Bay. They had that exhibit, remember, that we went to?
Yeah, a
All about
special
the
exhibit.
Jungle Book.
Yeah, you took me there
So-
for my birthday.
Yeah.
And they had this exhibit. I grew up with this movie. I loved this movie. And so it was perfectly timed.
Yeah.
And yes, totally reminds me of that trip. And I never like think of King Louie as a villain really because he's so kind of goofy and fun,
But he kind of
but
is,
he is,
though.
right?
Yeah.
So I think that it's fun.
Yeah.
And I would actually listen to this in my day-to-day life
Mhm.
versus some of the others. So that's why
Yeah.
it's so high up on the list.
Yeah. All right. Number 2, Poor Unfortunate Souls by Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
Herself. This one is so stinking good.
It's so good.
It takes me right to the ride
Mhm.
because I love the ride.
The scene of it.
Yes. And there's just nothing else to say. It's a good song.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think that's one of the reasons why I do like it so much is because it does take me back to the ride. But other than that, I'm kind of like, I don't even think I know the whole.
I was gonna say, I have an admission. I don't even know if I can like place this the scene in my head from the movie. I just go straight to just the ride.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Right? I just think of the attraction when I hear the song.
Oh, my gosh. We need to rewatch the movie.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Okay.
All right. So this brings us to number one.
Number one. This
Number
is my
one.
favorite.
Drum roll, please. Gaston by himself.
By
Gaston.
Gaston.
We love this song. And honestly, we're going to admit something. We love the original, which is the better one. And we love the remake
Yeah.
with Josh Gad. And oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his name.
I don't
He's
remember
really
his
good.
name.
I like him a lot. But Luke Evans.
Luke Evans?
Right?
I don't know.
Luke Evans? If I'm wrong, correct me. But I
Okay.
think that's his name.
I have to admit, honestly, I like the remake.
You really?
The song better. Yeah. I listen, like when I want to hear that song, I put that one on. And I love it because
You might anger some people with that.
you know, and that's totally okay because after all, this is my opinion. So
That's just my opinion.
I love the part in that movie when they're singing this song where they jump up on the table and they're like smacking their like boots.
Dun. Done.
Their boots down on the table. Like it's so good.
Yeah.
I just love the rendition of it. And I love it.
We saw Josh Gad himself at the parks.
We did.
We're best friends.
And we smiled and he smiled back.
In the line, Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
We were getting off. He was getting on. He was
Mhm.
skipping the line because he's cool like that.
Yeah, we were being nice and not like
I didn't
like
say
other people
anything.
who were trying to bombard him, and the VIP tour was like, "Keep going."
Yeah. They were like, keep it going, keep it moving.
but we
I just
did the
smiled.
smile. Yeah,
I gave him a little pat in his cheek and
no,
said,
on
I
his
love you,
cheek.
Josh. I didn't say that, but no, good guy, I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
But no, love the song. Alan Menken was involved with the remake too. So
Yes.
he was blessed by the creator himself.
I
So
loved it.
that is our list. We have a couple of honorable mentions.
Mhm.
Didn't make the list, just barely. I know some people are going to be upset. Hellfire did not make the list. I think I actually, again, another admission here. I don't think I've ever seen the movie.
I don't like the movie.
You don't like it.
I'm not afraid to admit that. That movie is very creepy. It's weird. And
I need to
it's
find
extremely
some
dark.
time. I've got a couple work trips. Maybe I'll download it and watch it on the plane.
Yeah,
Because you won't watch it with me.
I'll watch it with you.
Okay.
It's super dark,
Okay.
and it's not one of those where you're like, "That was Disney." Ugh.
Yeah.
But a lot of people love it. I mean,
It's a good song. I've heard the song. It's a very good song. I agree, but I
Great
have not seen the
music.
movie, so
Great
I can't put it on the list. So number 2, let's go with Friends on the Other Side. This
Ooh.
almost made the list.
Mhm.
I like it. Again, another song that I love in the movie. Sorry, this is from Princess
And the Frog.
and the Frog. I almost
Yes.
said Princess Bride.
And
Wrong movie.
it's by Dr. Facilier.
Yes, very very good. It's just again, I'm not going to really listen to Friends on the Other Side like in the car.
I think it's super creepy.
On the
However, it
other
does
side.
it does give me like the butterflies of like remembering like the memories on the Wonder
The
with
Disney
the little
Wonder.
bar, the
It's
lounge.
So good.
It's so good. So and again, great movie. It's one of my top favorite movies. But yeah, it's hard not to mention it in your top 5. But when you look at the other ones, you're kind of like them a little bit more.
A little stronger.
Yeah.
Okay, finally, this one again, I know it's probably on most of your lists, but Cruella de Vil.
I thought it should have been on there.
Cruella de Vil. I am not going to use the word, very strong word. I strongly dislike this song.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like the sound of it. Maybe it creeped me out as a kid. Like I've mentioned this on the podcast before. I've only seen this movie like once when I was a kid. I don't remember liking it.
Yeah.
And so it just brings up like,
It always reminds me of the Disney Cruise Line Broadway show they do with Cruella.
Yeah, and I
I
think
don't
that's
like
why.
that part.
It's
of
like
the
really over the
show.
top and like
It's very intense.
it's very intense, and I just don't love it.
But I really love the song. I really love the piano in the background as the song kind of goes on, and it's really great. But again, Caleb was like,
Not making it. I'll
So.
put it as an honorable mention because most
For
people
sure,
like it,
for sure.
but I can't make it on the list. So that's it. That's the top 5.
Mhm.
We hope you're not too upset with some of the statements we've said today.
Let us know what we're missing. What are your favorites? Because again, we always love hearing from you guys. Is there one that you're kind of like, that should definitely not have been on the list? You should have added this instead.
Yeah.
Definitely let us know.
There's one, the one from Aladdin, which was kind of like that was a stretch to say that.
Yeah.
What's his name from there?
So it's Prince Ali, which I love, which is normally done. It was done by Robin Williams, the genie, obviously in the movie. He sings the Prince Ali, the whole thing. There's a reprise done by Jafar, which I've
Yeah.
never heard, and it's a minute long.
Is it a
and
reprise or a reprise? I never know.
Oh gosh, I have no
reprise?
idea.
Reprise. I don't know. We're not
Tomato?
classically trained
Tomato. I have no idea.
musicians. So, but anyways, yes. But he sings for like a minute, and it's just very weird. But I think doesn't count.
Jafar is kind of scary.
He's very scary.
I don't know.
But anyways, what are we missing? Let us know if we didn't list one of your favorite songs on
Yes.
our top 5 list. Thank you so much for listening. You can find us over on Instagram and Threads at Market House Podcast. Make sure to follow us over there for pictures from the park and exciting news and announcements. Consider leaving a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, both a huge help to the show. Remember, we have a Patreon. If you want to join us over there, markethousepodcast.com/support. And remember to use your Getaway Today link for your future trip bookings. Check out the episode details for that link and use code MarketHouse10 to save an additional $10 on your booking. And then a huge reminder, I think if you're listening to this on Monday, October 21st is the last day to get your discounted tickets on Getaway Today.
Okay.
So if you've been listening to the podcast or been paying attention to Disney News, you know they just recently raised prices for Disneyland. So if you want to get the previous pricing, 2024 pricing, make sure to get over there, use our link to buy your tickets. Thank you so much for listening. It's been fun. It's been a pleasure. It's been spooky and filled with Gaston and other things.
Bye.
Bye.